Hello, today we wanted to demonstrate how simple it is to deploy PumpCX onto Redhat 10 using our RPM packages. So first we are going to launch a Redhat 10 image on AWS, which we'll call Redhat 10 demo. We'll give it a instance size of a T3A small and a key, and we'll assign it to our standard demo cloud using a security group called PumpCX. Okay, we'll give it a 50 gigabyte disk and hit launch instance to create that Redhat instance. So the first thing we need to continue with this is to look at the instance and find out its IP address. And we can see that that's its IP address, 10.13.167.236. So the first action we're going to need to do is to SSH onto that machine. So we see to -user at that IP address. Just to make sure we've given it long enough to start up, but let's try and connect now. Yes, it's up. And before we start, we will gain root access and then perform a DNF update to make sure that the latest kernel and packages are deployed onto this machine, just to make sure we start from a clean slate. Once it's updated these, it is deploying a new kernel, so we will reboot and then begin our installation process based on a clean machine. So as I mentioned, our installation process is RPM based. So the first thing which we'll do is enable the pump repository, RPM repository for Redhat 10 onto this box. These instructions are all placed in a blog as well, which we'll publish details of. Okay, so this is almost deployed at the moment. Once it finishes deploying, we will reboot the machine and then get started. Okay, so that patching is complete, so let's perform a reboot. And then we just need to give the machine another minute to finish starting up. And we'll SSH back onto the machine. Let's try now. No, we're a little bit too quick. And we'll try now. Okay, we're on. So we'll go back to root. So the first instruction we need to perform is to enable our pump repository, which we actually enable using RPM, such as that. And then to install pump, it's as simple as running a DNF install on pump app, which will then pull down pump and all of its dependencies. So this is installing on a clean Redhat 10 instance where we have not enabled any extra repositories other than our individual pump repository. We do republish a few of the packages that would normally appear within the RHEL repository within Redhat, just to make it simpler to install, given most customers would have to engage their IT teams to enable that extra repository. This machine only requires internet access to our cloud server where we host our RPM repository. Okay, so those packages are mostly downloaded now. Download now. It's running the installers. We can see those going through. Once this is complete, it's just a question of starting Tomcat, and Pump is deployed. Just another 3 packages to go. Okay, so Pump is now deployed, so we should be able to start Tomcat. And Tomcat itself requires about a minute to start up, but that's all there is to deploying Pump. So now if we jump across to a web browser, open up a new browser and point it at that IP address that we've just installed Pump onto. And let's assume that's long enough. Just give it a few seconds and hopefully Pump will finish initializing, or Tomcat will finish initializing, and we'll see the Pump login screen. After you've installed Pump, the default user will be enabled with a username of Pump and a password of Pump, and it deploys a temporary 3-day license on to allow us to start the configuration. So here we can see that Pump has been successfully deployed and is now running. Thank you very much.